Welcome to the theme park rundown. What have we got today, Kurt?
Were theme parks in the UK ready for February half term, or were they underprepared?
Oh, February half term has just come and gone. We've just come out of it. So that's how fresh this one is. And we visited quite a few places during February half term.
Yeah.
We did
Chessington,
Legoland. We did Funland.
Yep.
Did Portons Park.
Yeah.
Now, bearing in mind we're working people, that's 4 places, and actually we've been to Marwell as well.
Yes.
In fairness, we've actually visited 5 places, granted Marwell.
Including some of them more than once.
Yes, indeed, yeah. I mean, we've mugged Chessington off, there's no doubt about that. Were they prepared for February half term? Now, we did do a February half term episode in which we told you what was open across the country, etc., etc. How well do you think it's played out?
I think so-so.
So-so.
I think some have done all right, some haven't done so well. I think there's 2 standouts.
Okay, who are your standouts?
Portons and Legoland.
Okay. And is that because of the ride offering?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And to be fair, well, Portons is always brilliant with ride offering.
Yep.
But at Legoland, in terms of a massive step in the right direction, they've got the show in Heart Lake City on in February
which
half
I
term.
was shocked to see, to be honest.
In February half term,
Yeah.
4 times a day. They've got an intro sort of show at the start as well.
Yeah.
Pop badges are back.
Yeah.
There's loads going on at Legoland, and all the rides pretty much open, and loads of new bits. So yeah, credit to both parks.
I was surprised with Legoland.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think when we look at this, the Merlin parks in particular have been rammed.
Oh, very, very busy.
Like, rammed beyond belief.
Yeah.
When we look at Legoland, your average, it's a summer's day. It's effectively, the queues are like going on a summer's day. And effectively, they do really only have Jolly Rocker, Log Flume, Hydra Challenge wasn't open either. But that's it. Everything else is open.
Yeah.
Chessington was
busy.
okay on the Friday, opening day, which was more,
yeah.
I would think, of a preparation day for them. So that was re-rides galore. But when Cody and I went on Tuesday, I mean, it was 70 minutes for Fury, and the queue was at the entrance.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, there's a rack pass as well,
Yeah.
which was full, as you can imagine, because that's the way it works.
Yeah.
And then you've got a full queue line, as well as people with Platinum Fast Tracks trying to get into the wrap queue line as well.
Yeah. It was really busy.
It was rammed. 65 minutes for Toon Blaster. We've just checked now, 65 minutes for Toon Blaster. It's the day before they close, so we've then got Sea Storm was running at 45, Gruffalo was running at 45, and we queued 45 minutes for Gruffalo as well. It wasn't a case of it just advertised it. We queued that.
I've seen people say they queued 80 minutes for Fury.
Yeah.
Fury's at the entrance. I mean, that is summer day.
Yes.
It doesn't always even get to that.
It doesn't usually get to the entrance. Now, I know if more rides were open, it would have spread people across the park, but then you might have got more people in. And then, of course, you've got Alton Towers.
Yeah.
So we spoke about good parts. We'll touch on Portons. Portons is always fully open. It never feels super busy there, even when they have a relatively good amount of people. I don't know whether they've been as busy as what they hoped they would be, but there's people there.
Yeah,
even
100%.
when it was absolutely raining.
And the people that are there
there
having a great day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the main thing as well.
And we're still seeing sort of 10, 15-minute queues in Peppa Pig World, which spread to sort of 5, 10-minute queues around the park, which is brilliant when they don't have fast track. And everything's open apart from Splash Lagoon. And obviously the new Valgard area, we appreciate that Edge and Cobra or Raven are down there, and obviously they're not open because of it, but there's plenty open.
There is definitely.
Moving outside of that, so you didn't put Chessington in the good category.
No, I'd say it's sort of been somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
I mean, it is great that they've had Fury and Toon Blaster and Rattlesnake open, and all the rides in the park have ran well, the whole thing. Fury's had a couple of breakdowns, but compared to Spinball, it's done very, very well. Chessington has just been busy, but I feel like, Troller Trouble was testing a month ago.
Yes.
Clearly ready.
It looks ready, yeah.
Clearly looks ready.
But we don't know. We'll just point out here, we don't know these rides are ready.
No, but they also don't take that long to do the maintenance.
But they have made a thing about getting the maintenance done.
Yeah, exactly.
And there are a lot of more behind the scenes that you can see now of maintenance being done.
Yeah.
And we can see testing on rides as well. But
I think Troller Trouble should have been open.
Yeah.
Blue Barnacle was a part at Christmas and it's been put back together.
Bearing in mind that was
shortly
supposed to
after.
open for Christmas.
Yeah.
That's the strangest part here.
And it will come apart and put back together.
Yeah.
Like, that should be open. They've got a year's ticket on it, so they're just wasting time not opening it.
It feels
They'll
it.
still have to replace the parts anyway in a
Yeah.
year's time from then. So it seems really weird. But yeah, Blue Barnacle, Trail of Trouble, Croc Drop's ready. Or seems ready. Testing
it.
again.
Yeah.
So Mamba Strike's been testing.
Yeah, Ostrich has been testing.
Ostrich has been testing. Maybe they weren't quite ready.
No,
but
possibly not for them.
could they have been? And maybe if they put a little bit less focus into Mandrill because they got more time to do it, maybe
Yeah.
to get the other two ready for half term. There's definitely more that could have been open.
I think with Chesington, it's definitely come down to staffing for me. I mean,
Yeah, because they've struggled to open many restaurants.
They
and
have
things.
struggled again to open. You know, there's no Burger Kitchen open.
Even Pizza Pasta was shut on a couple of
Yeah,
days.
it does seem like a real issue for them. It was an issue last year. Now, I don't know whether that's budget constraints, poor planning, or
Bit of both.
a bit of both, to be honest. But it does feel like Chesington was a lot busier than I expected.
Yeah, definitely.
There we go. Alton Towers. Oh. I mean,
it's been busy.
I nearly went last Sunday. I thought, I'll tell you what, I got a day off. I might just go. I might just suck it and go up to Alton Towers because it's free entry, obviously, on your annual pass. So it is a 4-hour drive, and I appreciate there wasn't a lot open. But actually, I quite enjoyed the pirate event. I quite enjoyed the storytelling aspect of it and the free pen. Let's not forget the free pen.
A free pen and badge. And
Free pen and badge. Yeah, there was a couple of things. A chocolate bar as well.
Oh yeah, a couple of Freddos.
Couple of
What
Freddos.
was it?
But I decided not to. I think that's probably a solid move.
I think last Sunday was a solid move because Spinball didn't open.
Spinball didn't open at all.
And Spinball hasn't opened.
So for those that aren't aware, and I'm sure you are if you're following us and you're listening to this, CBeebies Land minus 1 or 2 rides, I think.
Yeah.
The Pirate Shores, Mutiny Bay, that's it,
yeah.
with the Battle Galleons, but that's story
Marauders
driven,
Mayhem.
it's not just wet. Yeah, the Mayhem and
Sea
Heave Ho.
Life and Heave Ho.
Yeah.
And Sea Life has had longer queues
Well, that was
than
it.
half the rides.
And then Spinball. So Spinball was the big ride open.
Which-
on top of that, oddly, Haunted Hollow was open.
But without curse.
Effectively leads to nowhere.
Yeah.
Like nowhere at all.
It's just a path to spread the people out.
I said at Christmas, there's no reason for Wicker Man not to be open. I just don't buy it. You know, the ride shuts in the middle of November. You put your little bit extra effort into that
Well, they still have 4 months.
and get it open.
Yeah. 4
You know,
months
it's
is a long
part
time.
of that area.
Yeah.
You know, don't get me wrong. I think Spinball should be open as well.
Yeah.
And then I think that Curse should have been open. I know it was open for Christmas, but again,
Still 6
maintenance-wise, there's
weeks.
got to be less on that than some other
Yeah.
rides. And I think Hex should have been open.
And Gangster Granny.
Maybe, depending on what's
And the
happening.
rest of the rides.
Depending on what's happening
Yeah,
in that
yeah, of
area.
course, yeah.
Maybe Gangster Granny. But as
And
a
a couple of
bare,
rides up there.
Yeah.
You've got the driving school and stuff like.
Yeah. As a
easy to
bare
open.
minimum, Hex, Curse,
Wicker Man.
Spinball, Wicker Man. Now, if they don't want to open X because they don't want people up that end of the park, potentially fine. There's no excuse for Curse because they open Haunted Hollow.
Yeah.
And Spinball, Wicker Man
But
are
then,
right there.
then I still
And then
think down the front, I don't understand why Oblivion's not open.
No,
it's,
but then
it's not much further on from Spinball.
made the argument at Christmas as well that Runaway Train should be open.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, it's not that much further around. You would spread the queues to the Pizza Pasta.
You could literally just shut Dark Forest and Forbidden Valley. The rest of
Yeah,
the park
and it's
should
just
be open
it's just a
apart
loop.
from Smiler.
Well, again, even if they don't want to go up there, if they don't want anyone at the top end of the park, you know, you would walk around via the Rapids, which obviously aren't going to be open, via Runaway Train into Curse, and then walk back through Haunted Hollow. That's a nice little cluster circle. I'd have been happy if they'd have said, right, I tell you what, we're going to have Spinball, Wicker Man, Runaway Train, Curse, you know, rest of Pirates and CBeebies Land open. I'd have gone, actually, you know, that's great. That's a great start.
I think
There could have been more.
I
but
think at
great
Christmas
start.
and next February they will open more.
Well,
I think the pressure's on.
you know, Christmas was really good. We had a great time at Christmas
Yeah.
when we went up there, and I appreciate there wasn't a lot open. But
I do think the pressure's on for them to get more open.
however, we say get more open. I mean, it didn't quite work out the way they wanted it to. I'm sure you all know. Spinball didn't open at all.
No, and then
It was actually removed from the app towards the end of the week. They were pretending it was going to open.
yeah, and then Wicker Man did open at 12:30 on Friday.
And then all of a sudden, Wicker Man rocks on in. It's ready. Now, I put a little video up about this, which oddly I filmed at Portland's Park, which is funny. And I got some really odd comments going, well, it was having track work done, and it wasn't ready because staff weren't trained. It was like, you're missing the point. It should have been ready. I don't care whether it wasn't ready till Friday because, and then we saw a few people and we didn't have a disagreement, Kurt and I, over this, but someone did say, they've opened it out of panic because Spinball's shut. I absolutely agree. I think they did.
Well, I mean, that is what they've done, but I don't think that's a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
They've got it open to replace the ride that couldn't get open.
But the bad thing is,
a big coaster open.
The bad thing is it should have been open.
Yeah, it should have been open in the first place.
And they've probably shown themselves up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, if they had that plan to be open and it could open less than a week after the event started, it's quite obvious it was nearly ready to open.
Yeah, but you could say the same about a lot of things. You never know. Say if Seastorm couldn't open for half term, Chessington might have gone, fine, we'll open Croc Drop.
Yeah, they might have. Yeah,
it is a panic thing,
absolutely.
But at the same time, it's like they are trying to keep a 1.2 ride open.
Yes.
A bigger coaster for the slightly older kids, and that's what they've done.
Yeah.
Bar most of the week.
But they're worried about cold weather and things. So again, if you're worried about valleying, why wouldn't you open the powered coaster that's not going to valley?
Yeah.
It's staggering. So Alton Towers, or Oblivion, which I still don't think would. And used to be open as well.
It should be open.
So it's kind of like, they were busy. I mean, Octonauts was run at a 70-minute queue. The Sea Life was running at a 30-minute queue. In the Night Garden today, we checked, is a 60-minute queue, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Now, I know the kind of advertising is very much they want it to be a family event, which again is the reason why I say maybe you don't open Oblivion and you don't open those.
Yeah.
But Wicker Man fits into the family theme. So does the Runaway Train.
Yeah.
So does Curse. So would Hex. So would Walliams. They all fit into the family theme without opening the really big coasters.
Yeah, I guess they could have just shut Forbidden Valley, Dark Forest, X Sector, and opened the rest of the park.
And I think what's really frustrating is they opened Wicker Man at 12:30 on Friday with no notice. And I mean, again, it's probably sensible they gave no notice to make sure they could get it open. But then when we went to book for the weekend for annual pass holders, we couldn't.
No, it was sold out for pass holders, but it was available to book £18 tickets.
Which I think is an absolute piss take. I
think it is annoying.
It's just what it is. And we've seen people there over the weekend who I'm not convinced have booked tickets, who I think have just got in.
I mean, Towers don't check pre-book.
They don't.
When I've been there all of last year, unlike Legoland and often Chessington where they ask for it, Thorpe Towers never ask. No. I mean, Thorpe, you just go and scan it yourself, don't you?
You do, yeah. However, when you've got a 4-hour drive, you can't take that risk.
No, it's a long drive for that risk. For the people that live local, sort of within 10-15 minutes, I would just chance
I would just about take the risk at Thorpe Park being an hour away, but I certainly wouldn't for them.
I'll take the risk at Thorpe because you know that you can guarantee pretty much getting it.
If everybody knows they don't check it, then why limit it?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah.
So I'd say Alton Towers have had a rocky start.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen many complaints about oddly queue times and things.
Well, I have seen some people moan about the queues, but the more that I've actually seen is people moan about ride availability, and those people aren't even moaning about Spinball. They're just saying, I expected more to be open.
Well,
but I do say, when you book that ticket, it is so clear that it is Mutiny Bay, including Sea Life, CBeebies.
Yeah.
It does say it so clearly, in fairness.
It's really weird because all parks have this problem.
Yes. Even Portland's, Chessington have got more. Legoland even, probably.
Yeah. We hear from the parks that they always, it doesn't matter, and I know some of them you have to click a box to say you've read only these rides are open. And people still go in and complain that these rides are open. So that is just down to people. I'm really sorry if you're one of these people. Just open your eyes. That's the nicest way of me putting it.
You have got to read it.
Is open your eyes. So I think people have.
I also think it's quite obvious when a ticket's £18 instead of the usual 36. I mean, it's literally half the price, and you get half the rides. I mean,
that's a fair point. That is a fair point. That said, we're obviously looking to see were they underprepared for half term.
Yeah,
and I would guess with our queues for Octonauts in the Night Garden and various others. I've seen the Fury queues and everything like that, and seen the queues at Legoland, even though Legoland's fully open. Seen how busy even Portland's Park is when it's absolutely tipping it down, which just happened to be the days I went, and it wouldn't be your pick day to go. Were they expecting that many people?
I don't think so. But I still think Portland's and Legoland were well prepared.
Yes.
They were well prepared. I also think West Midlands was well prepared.
Yep.
I think they've done a good job. It's just bit of a shame that the Rhino Coaster's not open.
No, the Rhino Coaster is open and was open and was advertised as being open. It's Kong that isn't. So there was one day that the Rhino Coaster opened late.
A Rhino Coaster didn't open the other day.
It did. I know who you're thinking of, and he did get on it.
Did he?
So, yes, he did.
Ah.
So Kong and the Hungry Hippos were the only two that were advertised as closed.
But I think they opened
for the
as
week.
well, didn't they?
No.
thought it was just
the
Rhino
the hippos and Kongs were in completely pieces. They're under winter maintenance.
Black Fly was open, though.
Black Fly was
People
open.
were shocked at that.
Yeah, but the Rhino Coaster was advertised as opened. They thought it would be closed for the day, but it did actually open quite late on in the afternoon. I did see that it did open, but yeah, they were quite
But
well.
still, quite
they
well
don't
prepared
normally.
again.
I don't think they normally open rides in February, so they.
I don't know. But
They seem to see
pretty
it
much
coming.
everything was open. I think
Yeah.
it was quite well prepared from them because they've been busy as well.
Yeah, they seem to see it coming.
Yeah, I think they're well prepared.
And I would argue that Drayton haven't been as busy as what I thought. I've not seen.
No, but I think that's because they went all out at Christmas, which is great. But should they have maybe spread it a little bit out? So gone slightly all out at both, but just spread it out a little bit.
So we were talking about this, and there's obviously quite a lot of rides that don't function very well in the extreme cold.
Yeah.
That was quite weird because I think February generally is colder. I know people might
Then
disagree.
December,
that
I
it's-
agree. I think our December was like 10 to 14 degrees most days, it felt. February's been horrific.
Well, no, the end of December wasn't because, I mean, Drayton had loads of problems with closures. Whereas
so
actually
big.
February's been a bit warmer, a bit wetter, no doubt about that, but a bit warmer.
It often snows in Feb over December,
It,
though.
it has its moments. I wouldn't
a
mind
weird
betting
one.
it's coming back.
Good
I
idea,
just wonder, whether or not they should have and how you would do it. I don't know what you would open when. It's quite
I
clear
think-
that Gold Rush needed some work anyway because that's not been
I
functioning
think
well.
some rides, though, like, could easily have had their maintenance done in 6 weeks. I mean, I'm guessing Thomas has done,
Yes.
and I'm guessing Accelerator has
Well,
done.
that's the priority,
But
obviously.
things like Rootin' Tootin' and those pirate ship boats
Hmm.
that go around, I can't remember the name of them. But there's a few things that probably could have...
Flying Dutchman, yeah.
Yeah, there's a few more things like that that probably don't require too much work
No.
that probably could have squeezed it open in
Yeah.
6 weeks, I think.
It's really weird that all the parks seem to see February as a family event.
Yeah.
Because that's what Drayton have done here.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
arguably, bearing in mind they had 4 Loki open over Christmas,
Yeah,
plus
yeah.
Gold Rush and the others.
Yeah.
I might have
Wave.
gone, well, I'll tell you, but I might have gone, well, I'll tell you what, let's not have a Wave, Air Race and Maelstrom open. Let's open those for February.
Yeah.
Or,
yeah.
if you want the flip side, you do want to keep it a bit more family, you open 4 and Loki in February.
Yeah. Well, and did Gold Rush's maintenance over Christmas and open that now, potentially?
There's a mysterious second train reappears. They could have opened it on one train. You could argue. Which apparently
true.
is coming back. But they don't seem to be... I mean, I've seen a lot of K-pop. A lot of K-pop events. Like, everywhere is doing a K-pop event. We didn't go to Drayton, I'll be honest.
No,
So it'd be harsh on me to say what it was like.
It's a long way for just...
K-pop.
For what's open for us. I think it would need
Bounty
a couple
and
more rides.
Accelerator, and maybe Troublesome Trucks and the
Yeah.
Zoo.
It needs to be a little bit more open.
And I think they were £20, weren't they? They weren't that...
Not a lot, yeah.
much.
2022, somewhere
Well,
around
that's
there.
not that much cheaper than a full season for them.
No, they do like $27.50 tickets during the summer. And
Yeah,
things.
so I...
And 2 for 1 deals and return
Yeah.
for free and loads of great deals.
From what I saw, it wasn't super busy. I know
No.
people were sitting on Bounty all day. Accelerator had a 10, 15-minute queue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I like to see parks open in February, and it's
I
always
still don't think they
interesting
were
to
quite
see.
ready.
No, I don't know what the thought process is. That's my issue. I don't know. It's funny because it does feel like if we exclude Legoland and Portons from this, that are pretty much open, it does feel like Chesington actually sat back and went, I'll tell you what, we need a couple to get the thrill seekers in, we need a couple for the family, and then we need a few for the kids.
They spread it out a bit.
And they have literally brought it all together perfectly with, you guys can go on Rattlesnake, Fury,
Yeah,
you know,
it's true.
family can go on Tomb and Gruffalo, the kids can go in Sea Dragons and what have you, Sea Storm. And it just felt like they actually had, maybe not enough, but they had better plans.
I think as well, though, I think people have to just be quite happy that Chesington have opened anything, given that they haven't been opening anything in February. So some people still moaning they haven't been opening
Not for
anything in
years.
February.
Not for years.
So the fact that 13 rides are open is good. The only thing I will say is there's a lot of people still asking the question, is Vampire open? Is Mandrill open? Is Jumanji area open?
Well,
as a whole?
we saw...
And I do think Their website isn't as clear as some of the other parks. When you book Towers, it is so clear what's open.
Yeah.
Chessington, it says selected rides. You've got to scroll right to the bottom and across to actually get the list. It's not quite as clear as when you're booking Drayton Manor or Towers or even Blackpool. So I just think with a little bit more clearness, transparency, it would have helped.
When we went Tuesday, the Croc Drop tape wasn't across the front.
You said.
And the Croc Drop got a queue at like 10:15.
Because people don't really know what's open.
It didn't actually, the sign, sod's law, the sign wasn't working, which has said closed, but the sign wasn't working. The tape was off. The music is obviously so loud.
Yeah.
And, kids are running around, families are running around, everyone's queuing to watch them. And in my head, I'm like, it's not open. And eventually, it took about 40 minutes for people to come. I mean, people were leaving when they realised, but it took about 40 minutes for someone at Chessington to go, actually, that should be taped off. I don't know why the sign wasn't working.
I don't know.
But people were expecting it open, and we had a lot of comments about, is Vampire and Mandrill open?
Yeah.
Maybe on another year they would be.
Yeah, potentially.
Possibly not Mandrill still. I
do
get
just
it.
think they probably got to be a little bit clearer on the website.
Yeah.
So when you book Towers, Drayton, Blackpool, I think it's very clear. Chessington, I mean, it is clear if you look quite well.
Yeah, well, this is it.
And I know the other parts people still don't look when it is right at the top, but to have it a little bit clearer wouldn't have gone astray.
I will say that we haven't gone through to buy a ticket. I don't know whether it's on their ticket screen. They tend to list it on as well.
But even
I'd imagine
but they've had a lot of app glitches as well, and the app hasn't worked for 90% of people. And if that worked as well, people would clearly see a list.
Yeah.
So there's a few different things where Chessington maybe weren't prepared.
It doesn't help with them that they've actually listed all the rides on the app. So my app's actually working, but every ride's listed, it just says closed. Yeah. Now, I don't know whether that's good or bad, but Alton Towers have just listed, Spinball one, but now just Wicker Man. That's it. That's your only option today, is Wicker Man. Whereas you might look at the rest of the list and go, well, it's closed now, but is it just temporarily closed, or is it like...
Yeah, so still unprepared in a sense. Yeah. Same with security. There was a few bits that were unprepared.
Yeah. It was lovely to see. And to be fair, we had a wonderful day on Friday. Actually, we had quite a good day on Tuesday
I'm just glad that 13 rides are open.
Yeah, 16 rides are open, I was told.
It's 13.
16 rides they've got open. I didn't go and count it.
Well, I counted them. It's 13.
It's 13.
It's 13. Whoever said 16 is including Dragon's Playhouse.
Well, they are, yeah.
Amazoo.
Yeah, they are.
And Canopy Capers.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
Oh, so it's 13 rides. They're not rides. They're attractions.
16 attractions.
Yeah.
But they only advertised 13 attractions because they included. So actually, they did get more open.
Yeah.
But not enough.
But there's 13 actual rides,
Physical rides.
Yeah. Which is still good.
Yeah, it's all right.
For them, it is good.
It's all right. And then, of course, we had Creeley open as well. I think they did a K-pop event.
Yeah, and they closed Twister for half
term. But they've got Twister closed for maintenance.
I would have considered going down there, but...
We were thinking about it.
You can't shut your biggest coaster in February
after. It's a very odd decision, that.
Any other week to do that? Shut it last week, the week before.
And I know they're open. They are open in January, and I don't know when Maximus closes in this. But yeah, I do find it very peculiar that they decided to do maintenance during February half term. So that kind of wrote that one out. And of course, Blackpool has been quite quiet. I think we've seen little queues.
I think they were prepared, but not prepared. Like, they were prepared, as in they opened Nickelodeon, which, great.
Yep. Wallace and Gromit.
And Wallace and Gromit. Yep. I don't get how, if you're only going to open Nickelodeon, you can't at least get all the rides in Nickelodeon open.
Yes, Dora.
Dora is shut.
Which is weird.
They've opened the log flume. You're thinking it's the other way around, if anything. Yeah. But why is Dora closed?
It feels like Dora might have had a problem, because I think it was initially advertised and then...
It's quite a simple ride, though, isn't it?
It does seem it. I suppose it's only simple if you've got the part to fix it.
Yeah, you don't know what's gone wrong. I mean, it is hard to comment on what's gone wrong. You don't know.
No.
But it feels like that probably should have been.
Yeah, I still think as well they should have...
Alice,
Ghost Train... potentially the Derby Racers.
Derby Racers, that's it.
Yeah, maybe even Flying Machines. Yeah. Maybe not with the wind, I guess, but Derby Racers definitely. Again, there just feels like there's more scope.
Yeah, Derby Racers could be open.
In saying that, I don't think Blackpool's as busy as some of the other parks.
No, potentially not, because it's a holiday destination sort of place. It's a bit like if Fantasy Island opened for Feb, they'd be nowhere near as busy as they would be in the summer, just because of how many people go there for holidays.
And of course, we forgot to mention Adventure Island.
Yes, Adventure Island,
are open, seemingly without axes.
Without axes, which is the only thing that actually stopped us going there.
It was.
We actually went to Marwell instead.
We did,
because it's 30 minutes away, and that's 2.5 hours away.
It is, yeah, plus parking. But they're selling annual passes, aren't they? £50 all year.
Yeah, that's good. That's
bargain.
really good. But I think Actis is probably the best ride in the park.
That and Time Machine. Yeah. I wouldn't go with Axis shut, knowing it's shut.
No, I wouldn't.
Let's put it that way.
But
yeah, to be fair, quite well prepared. I hear they've been fairly busy down there, nothing too serious.
Quite busy
so yeah, I love it down there. I love it down there. And any other places that are open that we went through?
So like Funland.
Yeah, Funland have done all right. Again, weather has not been good. I imagine Claxon's the same as well as some of the Gulliver's parks that were open. Yeah, I mean the big ones.
The weather does have a handful.
We talk about the big ones, don't we? And it's probably where we talk about it.
Yeah.
I want to touch on price because it was interestingly said to me yesterday. I won't say by who, but it was interestingly said to me yesterday that the perspective of. I guess you'll have to take annual passes out of this because I do wonder how many, if we take Legoland, for example, annual passes are there.
Yeah.
And how many people are paying.
Yeah.
Now, we think that Legoland is the most expensive park on the gate. 68? £68 on the...
66 or 68. Yes. One of those, either way, it's too expensive.
£68, I think it was, on the gate.
Yeah.
And that leaves...
with
Paulton's at £61.50 on the gate. And...
Towers must be mid-50s.
Where did I see 60? Well, at the moment, where did I see 60 on the gate? Blackpool is 60 on the gate.
What, even now?
Not now, no, but Blackpool's 60 on the gate as well.
That's a worry. Yeah, they're double the price on the
So
gate.
I get why. Yeah. However, I think Legoland was 36, 33, 36. I did take a picture. Hold on, Kurt. Talk a sec. I'm going to see if I've got the picture on my phone.
What, of the
Prices.
board that we took a picture of?
Yeah. Did I take a picture?
I know it was 68 and then it was £6 parking on top, whereas anywhere like Portland's is actually included in the price of parking.
Did I take a picture?
So it doesn't actually make it as expensive.
Did I take a picture?
You did take
68.
a picture.
68. Oh, it actually hasn't got the online price. So 68 on the day, parking £6, which actually isn't bad.
No.
And priority parking £9,
Yeah.
and they do free parking at Christmas. So 68, we were right on there. But I think it was £33 in advance, which you guess most people do.
Which isn't bad for most of the park.
No, it's not bad.
To be honest, I think that's a good price.
If anyone's seen the recent interview I did with Inexperienced Illiman, you'll see my thoughts on pricing. However, it was said to me that what's best, because Chessington's 20...
What, at the moment?
Yeah.
£22.
£22. That in advance, I assume? Okay, so, and I think...
Towers is 18.
As 18,
which is cheap, I think.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Even for what's open, I think that's a good price.
So, what's better? Is it better that they're ramming... So, Chessington, I think, had a few thousand people. Is it better that they're being rammed in, maybe getting a little bit angry, some people, at £20 a ticket, £22 a ticket? Or is it better that places like Portland's Park are still like, you're going to pay $46.50 and get half the visitors?
Well, they got a lot more open, which is why they can be more.
Well, that's exactly why they've done it.
How much are they? $46.50.
$46.50.
See,
that's the whole reason why they've done it.
Yeah. I do think Portland's is still, for February half term, a little bit overpriced.
Okay.
I know that they have basically everything open. But given that that is the same price as if you go in the heat of the summer when you're going to have Val Garden Edge open.
Why not be? You're assuming that.
No, because they don't change their prices throughout the year. They don't change their prices throughout the year. Apparently they are, once they're out, they're solid for the year. That's what I saw people saying the other day. People saying if you look back at other years, they're solid pricing. So just for instance now, if you've got February half term, and maybe they haven't been as busy as they wanted to be, and then you've got summer where it's 25, 30 degrees, people are naturally going to go out anyway, and you've got Val Garden Edge open, it should have been 40 quid. It should just, or about 39.95, just sneak it under the foot or something.
Okay.
I just think...
Portland's don't devalue themselves. That's the way they look at it. Now, the only thing I will say is that when we went to Chessington, even when you and I went, what did we spend?
What, at Chessington?
Yeah.
When we went?
We bought a drink. Did we buy a drink? Might not have even bought a drink. And we didn't buy a drink because we weren't there more than 2.5 hours, and that was through.
Actually, we would have bought a Ben and Jerry's if they opened.
We'd bought Ben and Jerry's, but we didn't buy anything.
Did we buy nothing at all?
No.
Not in the shop, nothing.
No, and when I went with Cody Tuesday, we got a drink. That was it. And the problem is that
when I go against
I think
Mark, I'll just
Cody
buy a
got
drink.
chips, but he can't help himself, can he?
Yeah.
But he had to get chips from not
Smokehouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, somewhere he didn't get it where I thought he'd get chips from. No, I think it was the hot dog place.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because the only thing that was open was the hot dog place,
Yeah.
the donuts,
Yeah.
and occasionally the smokehouse. That was it.
Sometimes pizza pasta.
Yeah, it was hit and miss.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel like I wanted to be there long enough to do that because A, there wasn't enough open to do stuff,
Yeah.
and B, the queues were insane.
Yeah.
So I was like, why should I pay to eat here? We're at Portland's, so we've gone to Portland's for a whole day, and we spent 10 till 5 there.
Yeah.
We took our time, we went in, we did a few rides,
Yeah.
we went and got a hot chocolate because we weren't stressed and we were like, actually, we can take some time out of our day and we can walk around the bird gardens.
Yeah.
And then we went, did a couple more rides, went and got some chips.
Yeah.
We ate the chips, obviously, it's 3 of us.
Yeah.
We then went out of there, did a couple more rides. Cody went and got a milkshake, I went and got another hot chocolate. And I ended up spending more at Portland's than I've spent there, and I go in there every week.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I still feel just like $46.50 in the summer. I would pay when they got Val Garden and everything open, and I know it's a beautiful park and everything like that, and that you've not got all the long waits. But if it was $39.95 today, if they snuck it under 40 quid today, I would have gone there over Marwell.
Okay.
And probably bought lunch in Tornado Springs.
Well, it is,
I probably would have bought a burger and curly fries.
I get this.
And possibly still a hot chocolate elsewhere.
So we only really bought at Legoland. I got a hot dog at Legoland, you got fries and strips.
Yeah, we got chicken and fries.
Because they're on an annual pass deal. Let's be honest.
Because they were cheap.
Yeah.
And we, apart from the rain, we were having a good day because rides
We
were
were,
open.
but we had got to a point where we thought, actually, how long do we stay? Because the next queue we need to get in is going to be 40 minutes, 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And this is the
Although
difference.
we may have been more comfortable to stay
Possibly.
longer if we weren't.
So wet.
literally, we were frozen. We couldn't move
were.
our hands.
We were.
so
But all I'm
frozen.
saying with Portland's is they don't devalue themselves.
No,
they
no, I
they
get
might
that.
get half the visitors of Chessington, but those visitors are paying a premium price to have a premium experience. And then naturally spend more money in the park because they're less stressed.
But if they were about £7 cheaper, would they have brought in enough more people to make that
Maybe.
more? I don't know.
Maybe.
It's hard to say. The only bonus of having more people is you've got more people to buy
Yeah.
food and things.
But
As long as you can keep them all happy.
I
that
would
is.
just say every outlet open.
Yeah.
Like, I
Exactly,
think there's just
yeah.
one. There was just one in Lost Kingdom that
yeah.
wasn't open.
Yeah,
you know,
you
you
can't
can
go
get
wrong with that.
pancakes in Peppa Pig World. You can come
Yeah.
across and get the churros. You know, Route 83 open, no problems.
Yeah.
The Wild Forest Cafe open at the front all day, and then you go over to where the wave swinger is. That's
Yeah.
all open, serving. It's all open.
Yeah.
You know, you can stop anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, how frustrating was Zoo Days at Chessington when you couldn't even get a drink?
Yeah.
So I just wonder. I don't know.
No, I agree.
I think you pay the premium price, you get the premium one. But that's gone off our half-term thing.
It really
Portland's,
has.
Portland's were
Portland's is a
prepared
great
for
park, though,
half-term.
and I will probably buy an annual pass in May.
Yeah.
After they
After
open
Val Gard's
Val,
open.
I'll probably buy one.
That's it. Then sucked in. So overall, do we think, apart from Portland's and Legoland, that they
And
were
maybe
prepared?
West Midlands, that
They were
all
prepared.
the major parts. Yeah, they were probably all a little bit unprepared.
Yeah.
Not all massively, and
It just seemed like they didn't think it would be busy. But we said all along, people want to get out. You've had the whole of January where you can literally only go...
at least for most of them, the price does reflect it.
Yeah.
As I say, £18 for towers to get
too
CBeebies,
cheap.
Mutiny Bay,
It's too cheap.
and Wicker Man or Spinball potentially.
It's too cheap.
If that was 22 quid, like Chessington, even 4 quid more,
It's not putting people
25 quid. Would that make it sort of that level where
Don't forget they've
people
got
are a bit
shows
happy,
as
more
well, and they've
comfortable?
got you know the trail in
actually
which
got
they're giving stuff
entertainment
of
and
like
everything,
you're
yeah.
actually doing stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Chessington didn't have any shows or anything on.
No, and they were 22 quid, which I still think's all right.
Yeah,
If anything, they probably should have been run the other way.
I think. I think Chessington should have been 25.
They both probably could have got away with
Yeah,
being 25.
I just think that we undervalue it. But
the
yeah,
only thing is, people will expect it to be cheaper than 25 when you could book it for 32 in like May and stuff when everything's open.
That's too cheap as well.
Exactly, but my point is...
This is where
my point is, if they're going to charge that in May, people won't pay 25 quid now.
But you see, that's my point, is that Merlin has stitched themselves up all year where Paultons haven't, and then Paultons now reap the benefits.
Yeah, that's
through
true.
a good February half term and a great planning and great maintenance and, ta-da, whole park's open. Do we think then, on the final note, that we will see more open for February half term next year? Or do we start with Christmas? Do we think we'll see more open for Christmas?
Yes, and February.
And February as well?
Yeah, I think we'll have both Towers and Chesington open even more.
Yeah.
Paultons and Legoland will continue to do well. I think Legoland will open more at Christmas this time than they did last year.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, again, I think they'll do full
I think
park
Skyline,
in
by the
February
looks of things, had quite a lot of work done to it, in fairness.
And I think that'll reopen in February, full park, pretty much same as Paultons. I even think maybe Blackpool will open a little bit more next year.
Okay.
I'm more confident Drayton will, though, over Blackpool.
Yeah, Blackpool...
Because I feel like Drayton need to more. They got more chance of being busier than Blackpool at that time of year,
Yeah, Blackpool's still tourist destination.
But I think Drayton definitely need more open next February.
Okay, yes.
And I think they will, but maybe that will be sacrificing a couple at Christmas.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Got a few aging rides there, which is a bit of a problem down the other end.
I wish I went at Christmas.
So if we had one additional ride that we would want to see open at Towers, realistic for Christmas.
Yeah.
Towers, Chesington, Drayton. What do you think that is an absolute must they have to open? Well, on top of what they've opened.
What do they have open at Christmas? Hex, Curse, Mutiny Bay, CBeebies.
Yeah.
Wicker Man.
So you're going Wicker Man. I would say Runaway Train for Christmas because of the cold conditions.
Yeah.
I would say Runaway
Still
Train.
think Wicker Man be alright, but...
Chesington, I think it's obvious that they're going to open Paw Patrol, isn't it?
Yeah, they need the whole of Paw Patrol open for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I think they will.
Yeah.
I think they will. And I think it'll open next February as well. I think they'll get it all done.
And Blackpool had no rides open, did they? Technically, they had just the ice show with Alice.
Yeah.
They didn't open Nickelodeon. Yeah, it's really weird.
Drayton opened a full park, so they don't need to open anymore. Legoland need to open Skyline, probably.
Yeah.
But we think we'll carry on opening everything, and they'll probably have Drakon open.
Drakon will be open
everything, and Raven, and Field Swing. So positive.
It's gonna be crazy.
I still think we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
Underprepared or not, were more rides open than last February?
I think I think it's probably caught a few parks by surprise.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, for the theme park rundown, this is this episode. February half term's out of the way. We now look forward to the main season, which is
just around the corner.
Just around the corner.
Not even that.
Not even that. A few weeks away.
Yeah.